Yo. Once again, it's on. Back at you one more again, Real Kids TV in the house like kitchen sinks. Now, before I get into this evening's video, if you will, understand that I'm the self-proclaimed Mr. 30 Minutes or Better. Meaning, anytime I drop you a story, it's guaranteed to be 30 minutes or better. So if you're on your way to work, you're at work, you don't feel like being there, as we so often don't. You're on your way home from work, you need to laugh, you need to cry. Perhaps you're trying to lay down and take a nap, or you're trying to go to sleep at night, depending on whatever time you're listening to or viewing this video. Or you're just in a mood for a good old-fashioned true, keyword being true, penitentiary / life story / life experience. This is the channel for you. If you prefer your 8 to 12 to 15-minute videos, absolutely nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But at Real Kids TV, it's 30 minutes or better. So with all that being said, with all that being wrapped up into one big old nutshell, that is, there is a message. Before we get into the actual story, y'all jump in the comment section. Let me know where you're chiming in from. I'm in Lexington, Kentucky. Let me know your city, your state, your hood, your set. Let us know if you the man or the woman that you say you be. You know, oftentimes, man, these youngsters out here have really just completely lost their minds, man. Completely lost their minds. Tupac once said in one of his songs, basically he was referring to you youngsters out here doing whatever you doing, acting as though 25 to life never crossed your mind. It's not all youngsters. You got some older dudes that think that they're young. But the majority of these dudes doing all these shootings and unalivings and things of that nature, they youngsters, man. YNs, young niggas. So anytime you all see YNs, oh, what does YN mean? Young niggas, man. That's what it stands for, man. I'm just keeping it real, man. You got this YN, Roro. Now, Roro really wasn't that young. But I guess at the time of, when this story first ensued, if you will, he was somewhat young. I want to say he was 24, 25 years old. Roro was out here on these streets, man. Just robbery was his thing, man. That was just his MO. That's how he got his money. Him and another individual, his dog, his partner that he grew up with, they had robbed 4 or 5 banks, man. Successfully got away with it, at least for the time being, if you will. Now I want to apologize, and I'm not jumping off subject or whatever, but if I am, I am. It's Real Kids TV. Every time I get a different stand for my phone, if you will, whatever, it breaks or it's a piece of crap or whatever. So for now, until I get a better stand, I'm gonna have to hold my phone. But at any rate, I just had to throw that in, as a side note, a sidebar. And so you got Roro out here terrorizing these streets, man. He's robbing drug dealers. He's robbing anybody that he think he got some money. But the money's in robbing the banks. That's not my words. That's what he thought. Y'all rock with me, man. Mr. 30 minutes or better. So we gonna make it 30 minutes or better by any means necessary, man. Shout out to all the people that send me the cash apps, man. $ KENZ1000. $ KENZ1000, man. Y'all been showing mad love to me. And I definitely appreciate it. It's heartfelt. Thank you, man. So as I mentioned, him and his partner, Roro and his partner, they robbed 4 or 5 banks. And everything is cool. So Roro thought. See, the problem is with when you do dirt, you shouldn't do dirt, period. So let's get that fully understood. You shouldn't do dirt, period. But if you just must, if no one can talk you out of it, don't have any co-Ds. That's a co-defendant. Don't have anybody that can point the finger and say, he did it. If you're going to do some dirt, which, once again, I recommend that you don't do dirt. But if you just must, do it by your lonesome. You know what I mean? This Cody ended up getting caught up into something that it didn't even have anything to do with Roro. I got some information on some bank robberies. If you'll just give me a break, I'll tell you everything you want to know. Tells the detectives everything that they want to know. They cut him a break on the charges that he had, and wasn't even really that serious of a charge. I think he may have gotten caught with a gun or something like that. Nothing major. They let him go. Now you working. We not just letting you go. You working. You working with us. Tells the people about Roro. He was the mastermind. He was the one that arranged everything. I didn't even really know what I was doing. You know how the rats be. Once they get caught up or whatever, they're oblivious to what was going on. I didn't even know. So you didn't know that you was robbing these banks. I didn't even know that I was robbing. I didn't know that I was doing anything wrong. He just told me that we were going to go to the bank and he had to make a withdrawal. Yeah, okay. 5 different times, huh? Okay. You didn't know nothing. So what about this video? See, you didn't know nothing. What about this video right here? Is this you? Is this you? I know that if this is you, you have a mask on, but is this you? Yeah, it was me, but he just told me to put a mask on, but officer, sir, the first thing they do is switch it up. Sir, I didn't know. I promise you, I didn't know what I was doing. I got kids. I got a mother. You had kids, you had a mother before you decided to go in here and rob these banks. But you did it anyway. But you want to put it all off on Roro. Y'all rock with me. Because oftentimes this is what happens in the criminal system. I'm so glad to be back. Respectfully. Kens, where did you go? I was in Destin, Florida for about 5 days. It's a beautiful time. Beautiful place. But I'm so glad to be back in Kentucky. And so this individual, Roro's co-defendant, you know, he's working with the police. He tells the police about Roro. So now there's a warrant out on Roro. Roro knows there's a warrant out on him. He's ducking and dodging the police. During the time that he's ducking and dodging the police, he meets this beautiful young lady, Jodie. She's beautiful. She's like 4 or 5 years younger than him. So let's just say at the time he was 24. She was 20, I believe, at the time. So 4 years younger. Beautiful. When I say beautiful, just look at the thumbnail. This young lady was absolutely gorgeous. Drop dead. Fell for her instantly. Instant love. There's one problem. He never alerted her to what he had going on. She never knew that he was on the run. But he had that bank money, so he was able to, you know, he kept his fronts up. You know, they go out to eat, it's on him. And whenever they did anything or whatever, went out of town or whatever, it was on him. It's not like he was sitting on 50 or 60,000, but whatever money that he did have, I guess it somewhat impressed her. And everything was all good. She was in school. I believe she was going to school to be a nurse. But nevertheless, she was in school trying to better her life. She had 2 kids. You know, just trying to do the right thing in life. These months passed. 3 months passed or what have you. And they ended up getting pulled over. When they get pulled over, he's telling her to drive. She's panicking. She don't know what to do. Drive for what, baby? I don't. So he's mad at her because she doesn't drive off. Police, obviously, they come to the door, ask for both IDs or whatever. They figure out who he is, take him to jail. Now she's aware of who Roro truly is. Wanted for several bank robberies. She's devastated. Ladies, imagine if you met a dude and you felt as though this was your world. This was the individual that you felt as though you was going to spend your life with. Only to find out he wasn't the man that he say he be. He wasn't the man that he proclaimed to be. He's in the county jail. He's facing 5 bank robberies. He's facing all type of time, like football numbers. He may not ever in life come home. For whatever reason, the feds didn't pick the case up. Feds don't always pick up bank robberies. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. It was in the state. Big difference between the state and the feds, depending on what state that you're in. He's fighting these bank robberies. He's not trying to take any sort of plea deals. He's adamant. It's not me, man. I don't know what y'all talking about. Roro was smart in a manner of, or as far as not talking to the police. You never talk to the police. The police have you in an interrogation room. You're in that interrogation room for a reason. Only thing that you give the police is, I need an attorney. Okay, we try to give you one last shot. I need an attorney. You do realize that once a jury gets a hold of this, I need an attorney. They offered Diddy 180 something months, which is equivalent to about 15 years. Just what Diddy's gonna walk away with when it's all said and done. Probably 21, 22 months. Maybe 30 at worst. You see what I'm saying? But they'll make it seem as though, okay, I'm your friend. I can help you. No, only thing you're going to do is dig a hole, a deeper hole than you're already in. An attorney. That's what I need. And a lawyer. Never talk to the police. Never. I don't care if you're 1,000% innocent. I need an attorney. Roro knew this. Never said a word. Plea bargains were coming in. Not taking nothing. See, a lot of people that's not aware of the criminal system, they think, well, they offer them a plea, they're always going to offer you a plea. 9 times out of 10 now, there are certain cases, don't get it misconstrued, like, if it's something just heinous and violent, and they know that it's a slam dunk case, and they're going to take you to trial, they're trying to give you the death penalty, or, then they may not offer you a plea, because, it's a slam dunk case. But in Kentucky, anyway, they're always going to offer you a plea bargain. So when people's like, oh, they offer you a plea, I mean, they offered me 3-4 different pleas before I finally, pled out or whatever, every case. But a lot of people don't know that it's never been through the criminal system. Roro's in the county, he's fighting, he's just not saying a word. He got legal aid. Has a legal aid attorney. He never really hired an attorney. Because, see, the thing about it, when they did catch up with him, the money that he had and had on him and had at his place or whatever, they're going to take it. Because they're going to seize it and say, oh, this was bank robbery money. So he didn't have the money to hire an attorney. Waited out the process. Sit in the county jail for about 15 months, 16 months. Mysteriously, miraculously, his co-defendant just turned up unalive. Could have been the lifestyle that he was living. Could have been a lot of things. But he turned up unalive. No co-defendant. No individual that's pointing the finger at you. Because he ceased to exist. Now those offers went from 30 years to 25 years to 18 years to 10 years, 9 years, 8 years. See, the prosecution knew that they didn't have anything. Set, waited them out. We're in a Commonwealth state. I don't know about other states, but I know in the state of Kentucky, the bluegrass state, home of the Kentucky Wildcats, they're allowed to use testimony from an individual even if they cease to exist, even if they don't show up to court, even if they're unalived. The sworn statement and testimonies that they made, they're allowed to use against you even at trial. Roro's really want to take us to the box because he feels as though he can beat it all the way. But the plea deal that they offered him a 3-year plea deal. He's already been locked up 15, 16 months. I do another year and I'm done. Actually, let's rewind that. I offered him a 5-year plea deal. I apologize. I offered him 5 years, but see, 5 years in Kentucky don't mean 5 years. If you get a 5-year sentence in Kentucky, you're going to do about 3, and less than that now. But back then, you was going to do about 3. He ends up taking a 5-year plea deal. They amended charges down. I don't even remember the exact. It wasn't murder. Well, obviously it wasn't murder because it was a bank robbery. But it wasn't bank robbery. It was like facilitation, or something like that. Got my stories crossed because I got another story that I'm going to hit y'all with. And it involves unaliving somebody. Needless to say, he takes the 5-year plea deal. All the while, his boo, his woman, his main squeeze, she's rocking with him. Jodie's rocking with him. She loves him. Once again, they only knew each other for like 3 months prior to this whole ordeal. But she loves him. Putting money on his books, commissary. Putting money on the phone. Jail costs money just like life. Jail costs money just like everyday life. So if any of y'all have relatives or friends or family that's locked up, incarcerated, send them some money if you're able to. Because it costs, man. It costs. Well, kids, they shouldn't put themselves in that predicament. They wouldn't have. Hey, guess what? None of us should put ourselves in a predicament. We all do things that's not on the up and up from time to time. Yeah, you, me, everybody does things that's not on the up and up. So we can't judge anybody. Three years. She holds him down. Beautiful young lady. She holds him down. She's in school. She's having trouble paying her, tuition or whatever. So she starts dancing. Beautiful body. She starts dancing. She's not doing any sort of, hooking up after the club or, going over to people doing the man act. I'm going to just say it, prostitution, man. So many people on YouTube scared to even say just simple words. I can't say prostitution. I get it, though. They're making so much money. They don't want to do anything to jeopardize their channel. I get it. But I'm for the people, man. Y'all rock with me. Now, I did have to scale back my cussing because I believe it's the reason I've been shadow banned. Shadow ban means YouTube's not sending out the notifications. Even when you have the notification bell on, they're not sending your videos out. They're not. A lot of people, Kens, I didn't even know you were still going, man. I just happened to check your channel and we not gonna stop. Can't stop, won't stop. And so, she's going through what she's going through while he's incarcerated, making sure that he's good. She didn't begin dancing. She's making nice money. He's penitentiary rich, meaning that he can get anything he wants anytime he goes to the canteen line. He got a TV, CD player, all the CDs, all the sweatsuits you can have, 4-5 pair of tennis shoes. He's straight. Penitentiary rich. Could call anytime he wants to call. It's money on the phone. She's there, every week to see him. Couldn't ask for nothing no more. Couldn't ask for no more. Rocks with him the whole 3 years that he does. He ends up doing like 39 months. 3 years and 3 months. He gets out. No parole, no nothing. He served out. Got a place for him. Mi casa's su casa. My house is your house. Nice, comfortable place. Can't say that she didn't do her thing on the side. I don't know if she did her thing on the side. 9 times out of 10 she did, but guess what? What woman do you know that is not gonna get her some D? What woman do you know is not gonna get them some D when you've been locked up for 3 years? Maybe a married woman. She might not. But even a lot of them do. Whatever the case may be, you can't even trip off a woman getting them some D. Because guess what? If she's locked up, you think that, yeah, you may be loyal and coming to see her and sending her money and answering the calls, but you think you ain't going to get you some? So come on, man. We got to keep it real. Real Kens TV, we got to keep it real. Whatever the case may have been, all of that was no more once he came home. Probably a few months before he came home. It was nipped in the bud. Comes home, she got a bank account set up for him. He already got some money because the money that she was sending him, you could only spend $125 a week in the pen. She's sending him a couple hundred a week, putting money on the phone, as I mentioned. But out of that couple hundred a week don't mean you got to spend a couple hundred a week. You see what I'm saying? You can live very, very well in a penitentiary for $50 a week. At least when I was in. Well, I'm not going to say very, very well, but you can live decent at $50 a week. But $100 a week, oh man, you're going to live nice. Put that other 100 up. Stack your bread. Whatever money he came out with, she got a bank account. Got about $7,500 in the bank account for him. She done bought him a little car, clothes. She told him, baby, the only thing you got to do is get your license to drive a forklift. Once you do so, you come home, I got your job, $24 an hour. Driving a forklift at a warehouse. I got you. Now, mind you, I understand that $24 an hour in certain states is not the same. Probably $24 an hour in New York is probably not that big of a deal. But in Kentucky, if you're making $24 an hour, you're far from balling, you're far from rich, but you're doing decent. You're doing decent at $24 an hour, opposed to individuals making $15, $16 an hour. You're doing decent. Everything was set up, laid out for him. They talked about marriage, having more kids. Jodie was really, really down for Roro. Roro came home. Honeymoon phase, everything's cool the first month or so. After a couple months, Roro's like, he's just, I guess he was in a situation, if you will, in which he was used to being taken care of. He didn't want to go get no job. He just wanted to play the game all day. This little money that he had, it done pretty much ran out. He done bought clothes. He's fly. He's fresh. Got a car, but he ain't really doing anything. In the meanwhile, she's making her money, dancing or whatever. They done started like an OnlyFans. It wasn't OnlyFans, but it was like an online website or whatever where she started it. She wasn't doing anything sexual, but she was just like showing her feet, showing her body or whatever. So she was really, the money was coming in. Roro messed his car up. She got him another car. Frustration is starting to set in. Yeah, it was cool the first month or two when you came home. I'm so used to you being gone or whatever. I'm happy to have you home, but now, baby, you I don't want to disrespect you, but you need to, what about this job? What about, I'm a street nigga. What I look like going to get a job at a warehouse? What I look like going to get a job here with? Okay, but I need you to help me. Yeah, I make nice money, but I still have a whole household to take care of. I have 2 kids. And then I'm taking care of you. I don't want to say that in a disrespectful manner, but I'm taking care of you just as well. So I need you to be able to chip in. I love you. I'm down. I'm with you. Roro wasn't trying to hear that. Jodie continued to do so for about a whole year after he came home. Stressed out. Ended up not going to school anymore, taking a break from school. She was just stressed from this individual that she was doing nothing but trying to help. He became verbally abusive, controlling. She rewarded herself with a brand new Lexus. She had nice credit. She had, these are the things that she had worked on. She had nice credit. She put a nice amount of money down with a trade-in or whatever. Got a nice Lexus. Roro wanted to control that. Drive her car all the time. Drop her off at work. Pick her up. Because he didn't trust her. He's looking at how she looked and the physical attributes. She's sick and tired of it. She goes along with it for a while. Finally, she can't take it anymore. Money's coming up missing. He done took the ATM card. He done took the debit card. He done took the credit cards. He done snuck and found the car keys. I can't do this anymore. I need you to leave. What you mean leave? I need you to leave. I can't do it. Roro wasn't trying to hear that. Leave. They was going back and forth. He wouldn't leave. He refused to leave. Jodie wasn't the type of individual that was rude and mean like that. But it only made the situation worse. Y'all rock with 30 minutes or better. Ended up having to go downtown and get an emergency protective order. EPO. This individual cannot come around me within 1,000 feet of me. He can't call me, contact me, no contact whatsoever, letters or whatever the case may be. This individual cannot contact me. See, you got individuals such as Roro. They don't care nothing about an EPO, but it's good to just have, just in case you have to defend yourself. Listen, I went through all the measures. I did this, I did that. What? Some New York cats talk. Shout out to New York. DMX, RIP, Rough Riders. Be talking and they, what? Scared the shit out. Whoa. Bro, he made it like it. Roro wouldn't care anything about a EPO, emergency protective order. Continue to come around. I told you, Roro, I'm done. I can't do this anymore, baby. I'm done. Jodie went through all the measures that she could possibly go through. Moved. Changed her phone number. Blocked him from any numbers that he had. Even though she changed her number, she still had him blocked. But it was only one situation. It was a couple situations. You can always run into an individual. See, two mountains will never meet, but two men or two women will. At some point, they were going to meet up, whether it's at the gas station, grocery store, church, or it wasn't going to be church, but traffic lights, or whatever the case may be. The two of them were going to meet up at some point. But the main point was Roro knew where Jodie worked at, man. Strip club. The majority of her income was coming from the strip club. Again. Jodie was not reckless with her money. Jodie was not going home with dudes and doing things on the side or anything, to my knowledge, to my recollection. All this money, she wanted to get back into school. She wanted to just provide for her children. Started coming to the strip club, trying to intimidate Jodie. Wasn't even allowed, banned from the strip club. Now he's coming to the strip club, waiting for her to leave, following her home. He know he can't really come in the parking lot with that foolery. He can, that foolishness, he can. But he knows that, man, it's a whole lot of bouncers that he's gonna have to deal with. Trying to determine where Jodie lives at this point. Figures out where Jodie lives, but this wasn't the night. This wasn't the day to make his move for whatever reason. He shows up to the apartment complex. It was like some luxury apartments. Roro shows up to these luxury apartments where Jodie resides. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. 3, 4 o'clock. It's still daylight. Sits outside. Waits for Jodie to come out. Jodie comes out. He approaches her. What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be around me. You're not supposed to be within 1,000 feet. I'm calling the police. Please just leave me alone. I don't want you to go to jail. Just please leave me alone. Baby, 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 baby. Just listen to me. No, I don't want to listen, baby. Just listen to me. Just listen. I understand where you're coming from. I understand that I hurt you. I understand that I did some things that wasn't necessarily on the up and up, and I apologize, my deepest condolences, but I've been going to counseling, lying. I've been going to counseling. See, the thing about these, when I say these, it's the lips. Prayer lips can and will say anything. I'm sorry, baby. I understand. I was so wrong. I took you for granted. I'm sorry, baby. I'm so sorry, and I'm ready to be that man that I promised you in all those letters that I wrote you, and all the times you came to visit me. I'm ready. I'm finally ready to be that man that I promised to be. Too late. R. Kelly famously wrote a song, When a Woman's Fed Up. There is nothing you can do about it. Ain't nothing you can do when a woman's fed up. It's like running out of love. The love is gone. And it's too late to talk about it. You can't talk about something that I've been trying to talk about. I've been trying to talk about this. I've been trying to tell you this. But now when I leave and I've moved on, love no longer lives here. I got love for you, but I'm not in love with you. Guess what? Now you understand. Can't do it, baby. I wish you well. If you need me for anything, I got you. Excuse me. And that will not be edited out. But as far as you and I'm done. Now, if you would politely get out of my way, I need to, go to work. Think you just gonna leave me? Think you can just do this to me? After all that I did for you? I was paying for this. I was doing this for you. I was doing that for you. Now you got a little money. Dudes get to playing petty. Now you got a little money and you act like you don't even need me. Excuse me, sir. Yeah, we went out to eat a few times and you did buy me a couple things and I'm very, very appreciative of it, but we kicked it for 3 months. I rode with you while you was in jail, prison, whatever, for 3 years. I'm quite sure that I've more than paid you back. Respectfully. Jumps in her car and proceeds to attempt, anyway, to drive away. Roro pulls out that heat. Bow, 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 bow. 4 shots. Miraculously, she wasn't hit. She understands that trying to drive off is not going to be the way. He's already fired 4 shots in the middle of the daytime. Neighbors with a apartment complex, a luxury apartment complex. She jumps out of the car. And attempts to talk to him. Like, baby, what is wrong with you? Well, she didn't say, baby, what is the problem? I love you. And you think you can just, she tries to knock the gun, kind of, not knock the gun out of his hand, but just kind of hit his hands. Because the gun was pointed at her. And then she takes off running. Fires at her. Boom, 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 boom. Hits her 4 times. Once again, miraculously, she was able to continue running. Hits her a couple more times. She's running away. Got several neighbors that's probably watching, but you got one neighbor in particular. Stop! Leave her alone! I'm calling the police! Leave her alone! Roro turns the gun on her. For whatever reason, he didn't fire at her. She runs into the house. His attention is reverted back to the love of his life and his sickening mind, Jodie. Grasping for breath, for life. Anything she can do to possibly get away from this maniac. But she's been hit 4 times. Stands right over top of her. Roro stands right over top of this young lady. At this point, she's maybe 28, 29. He's 34. All the years, time they had invested in each other. Eight shots. Boom, 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 boom. Till the clip was empty. He looks up and he sees the woman on her balcony on her phone, presumably calling the authorities. Puts another clip in. Gets to firing at her balcony door. She was on the 2nd floor. This dude's a maniac, man. She done ran inside at that point. Instead of Roro just leaving, nah. He runs into the building, goes to the 2nd floor. He's trying to kick the door in. He's trying to murk this lady, man. He's trying to unalive this lady. He's kicking the door. Boom, boom, boom. Whatever reason, he didn't fire at the door, but he's kicking the door. The lady said she was terrified, as one would imagine. Man, y'all rock with me. Imagine somebody at your door that you know is a maniac. You just watched him unalive a person. Most likely unalive a person. And they kicking at your door, trying to get you because they know that in their mind, this is the only person that's seen my face. But you got cameras, you got other people that's there too. You just didn't see them. Lady says she was scared to death. After about 5 or 6 kicks, the kicking stopped. She just knew she was going to be unalived. Runs off. Jumps in his vehicle. He's gone. Police arrive. Ambulance arrives. DOA. She been hit too many times. She was so brave. She was a soldier for real. She took 4 of them. Like a soldier. Still was fighting, trying to get away, clawing. But when you have an individual that's shooting at you when you're running away and then stands over top of you and just unloads 8 in you, not too much you can do. Didn't even take 4 or 5 days. They ended up catching up with him. Locked up. Capital murder. Capital murder. Went through the whole process of you know, just the court system and, you know, things that I've already mentioned before. And he ended up getting a plea deal. Life without parole. Only thing worse than that is the death penalty. Took a plea deal for life without parole. And at this point, because at the time of the actual unaliving or whatever, he was about 34. At this point, he's like 36. Locked up. Penitentiary. 36, 37. Somewhere right around in that range. Penitentiary. Dude was going through it, man. When I say going through it, meaning he was getting in fights in every unit, every wing he was in, every dorm he was in. He was just getting into it with people. Never going home. Partners ain't answering the phone. UINs, I hope y'all hear me, man. Baby's mama, all them, they ain't answering the phone like that no more, man. When you got an elbow means life. You know the elbow, chop. Elbow is life. You got life sentence. You ain't going home. Baby's mama ain't answering. Partners ain't kicking no more money on your books. Only person that's gonna be there for you is your mother, if you're lucky to have a mother that even exists. Only person that's gonna be there for you is your mother, your mama. Maybe your grandmother, but your grandmother, she gonna, you know what I mean? You got a life sentence. Everybody's gonna pass away. 3 o'clock in the morning, hear a whole lot. Hear a whole lot of that. Reality sets in. He's crying. Man, you crying. The OG's talking to him. What's up, youngster? What's the deal, man? People trying to sleep in here, man. It ain't nothing like that, OG. I just understand. My baby mama ain't answering the phone. That's how they gonna give it to you in prison. I mean, what do you think she gonna? I mean, your baby mama. You think she gonna continue to answer the phone for you? You think she gonna ride with you? All the things that I did for her and my partners, they not answering. Bro, you got a elbow. You got a life sentence. What you crying? Man up, nigga. Man up. What did Lonzo training day tell Jake? Man up, nigga. What do you think these people's gonna ride for you? You got a life sentence. You did some things that you shouldn't even have done. Wasn't even necessary. But now you want people to feel sorry for you. It wasn't even like it, OG. Well, I mean, what was it like? See, you unalived this young woman, and she had 2 kids. Kids will never see her again. Her family will never see her again. And because you in there shedding tears, because the reality has set in that you're going to be around a bunch of hard ankles for the rest of your life. And you want somebody to feel sorry for you, man, you better get it together, man. Get it together. I want you YNs to understand this, man. It's okay to be young. We were all young. If you're watching this video and you, at my age, you in your 40s, some people's in their 30s, some people in their 50s, 60s, it's cool to be young. It's a maturation. It's a natural part of life. But you don't do the things that you did when you were 18, 19 years old at 25 or 30 or 40 or 50. You don't do them things. Y'all want to be out here with these guns. Y'all want to be out here trying to control these women. And guess what? When you get with a woman, she don't have to stay with you for life. I don't care how many kids y'all got together. If she's not happy, she has a right to leave you, YNs. And that's what a lot of this beef is about, for real, is over women. Nah, man, he knew I was my baby's mama and shit. He disrespected me. So many dudes walking the penitentiary yards, man. Walking them loops. The track, the penitentiary track. Different states, different, area sets or whatever they call it, different things. But he's spinning loops, spinning the block, walking them loops. Drinking them coffees and triples. Kentucky, we call them triples. Coffee, sugar, and creamer. Some people drink their coffee black. Might be 85 degrees outside. You walking around with your mug, walking the track. Drinking them triples, drinking that coffee. Nobody trying to hear your sob stories in penitentiary, man. Everybody got a story to tell. You had a choice. You could have left that young lady alone. It's okay to try to get somebody back. Now, when I say get them back, meaning like, okay, I'm going to fight for my relationship, not physically, but just show her. But there's a certain point to where you got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. You got to know. When it's over, it's over. So many lives lost. The 2 kids that she had. Her life was obviously cut short. 28, 29 years old. Now you're in prison, hoping and praying for an appeal. Only 5% of them people I think it's 5%. Yeah, 5% get their cases back into court. And in your situation, your case don't need to be back into court. Technicalities or whatever, man. You was a monster, man. You murked that young lady in cold blood and didn't care who seen it. You reap what you sow. So guess what, young Roro, you got to deal with what you got to deal with, man. You care about your mama jumping on Facebook and y'all hating on my son and y'all don't know him and shut the fuck up. I was trying my best not to cuss. But, when I see these posts and that's how I feel about it. Your son was a monster. And the reason that he was a monster is because, in my opinion, the way that you are still supporting him in that manner. Yeah, support him as your son, but don't support him. It wasn't even like it. It was clearly like that. But that's the world we live in now. See, when I was coming up, neighbors could whoop your ass. Because it was out of love. It was out of concern. It was out of, what do they say? It takes a village. Not now. If you even say something to somebody's kids, they ready to shoot you. And they kid could be in the dead wrong. See, kids these days tell parents what to do. When I was coming up, the parents told the kids what to do, and that's what it was going to be. That's what we having for dinner tonight. Now, unless one of the kids was allergic to the food or just couldn't eat the food or whatever, that's what we having for dinner tonight. So if it was 3 kids, it wasn't I don't eat this. Okay, well, little Kiki, she don't eat, this, so we gonna get her Wendy's. And little Larry, he don't eat that, so we gonna get little Larry McDonald's. And little Barbara don't eat this, so we gonna get Barbara pizza. And then me and you, wifey, we gonna eat regular food. The fuck out of here, man. The fuck out of here. I was coming up, man, you better eat what's on this, but don't eat then. wasn't cruel. It wasn't. This is what we have to offer. This is what we. So you better eat what we put out. Parents these days, man, I don't get it. Parents is cussing in front of kids is cussing in front of their parents. Okay, cool. If you want to cuss in front of your parents, your parents is cool with it, but like you just really disrespecting your parents, man. I see so much disrespect that goes on. And as soon as you step up and say something, you're not the biological father. So you step up and you say something about the disrespect, then it's a problem because they're going to say that you're talking bad about their kids. So then they're going to go tell the baby's daddy. Now there's a beef. Not only with her, but she done went and told the baby's daddy. Or the kids done told him. When all you was trying to do is kid, talking crazy to his mama. No, fuck you, mama. And you step up. Hold on, bro. I'm not going to allow you to talk to mama. This is your mama. This is my woman. This is my woman. What Melvin say on that at the baby boy. See, the problem with you, Jodie, you spoiled. Paraphrasing. But see, that's your mama, but this is my woman. You step up and you try to be the man, or you are a man, and you putting the kid in the kid's place. They won't run and tell their daddy, and then the mama is on the kid's side, but this same kid done been like, fuck you, mama. Just a different world we live in, man. Different world. I don't know. Sad story, man. It's a sad story. And, this individual, man, like I said, he made his bed, so lay in it. Quit crying. Man up. You did what you did. At least you alive. Because she'll never have a chance to hug her kids, and her kids will never have a chance to hug her. Real Kens TV. Hopefully you liked the video. Feel free to comment. Definitely share. Subscribe to the channel. If you're not already subscribed, be sure to hit that post notification anytime I bring you this action, this heat. Guess what? You're amongst the first to receive. Real Kens TV. Cash App. $KENZ1000. $KENZ1000. Get with your boy. And till next time. Respectfully.